everybody, welcome back to the Flannel Phillip channel. Today we're gonna get a full tour from Nick Nelson. He owns this beautiful Peterbilt behind me, so stick around, you're gonna love it. Alright, should we go for it? Alright, check this out. So Nick tells me he wants me to pull this one around, so let me set you there. Oh yeah, we're rolling now. Lined up in front of the barn here. Thanks, Nick. He's the coolest guy I know. Dang. I gotta shut it off. How do I shut this off? I don't know how to shut it off. Well, I'm here with my buddy Nick Nelson. We're at his farm, and he's going to show us around this gorgeous Peterbilt here. So, Nick, take it away. Tell us a little bit about your machine here.
This is a 1967 Peterbilt 351M, which was a medium-duty truck. 270 wheelbase,
okay.
13-speed. It's got an NTA 400 Cummins in it. The NTA was kind of a hot rod motor, from what I've heard from guys back after, you know, the small cam, the 335s and that, then they sort of come out with that.
Yep.
420s, 380s, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Originally this truck came with a 318 Detroit with a 4x4 married box. I still have the tranny. Motor has been changed.
Okay.
I think 220-ish wheelbase.
Okay.
And it was stretched out back in the early 80s by Lenny T-Pole, who owned it for many years. They hauled a lot of oversized wood and steel and that sort of thing. So they stretched it out, had a single bunk on it.
Okay.
So they'd run over length, you know, over the front of the trailer towards the back.
Right. So it would swing wide over the frame,
Correct.
but they didn't want to hit the bunk with it. Okay. Yeah.
So when I got the truck, I was 20 years old.
Sure.
So that's why I had it for 20 years now.
Wow.
Just a little bit over
Was this your
20
first
years.
classic truck?
Yeah, it's the first one I bought. I was 20 and everybody told me I was an idiot. Nickel and dime me to death. Still alive.
Yeah.
Not a millionaire, but
Hey.
ran this truck for a lot of years. I pulled a flatbed with it.
Okay.
I had a drone on it at one time, or a drum box, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
It went back to the fifth wheel, and there was toolboxes that hung between the tanks and that.
Very cool.
Probably in the early 90s, this truck, before I owned it. This truck was laid over, had an inexperienced driver in it. Took it off a curve with a load of lumber and laid it on a roof. The tallest part of the truck was the radiator. From here it went completely back sideways.
Oh.
And then the sleeper was laid backwards.
Really?
The kid that was driving it had fallen out the door, and his back ended up against a stack on the other side with some serious burns to his body.
Wow.
He was fired after that, from what I was told. So then Lenny, at the time, Lenny and Mary T-Pole, they owned LMT Trucking just south of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Solon, Iowa.
Okay.
The truck pulled from Mid-7, which is a big flatbed outfit out of like Des Moines, I think.
Okay.
Later on, had gone on to pull for Cross Country.
Sure.
Cross Country Trucking out of Des Moines.
Okay.
The L47 stands for Mid-7's truck numbers were all numbered. That was the 47th truck on the fleet with Mid-7.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
that's a really low number.
Right. Okay.
And then Mid-7 split, and I don't remember if it was a family thing or what, but
Sure.
Then the other one was Cross Country. It was a family thing that way.
Right. Okay.
The sleeper on it, after he rebuilt it, he ended up finding another truck down in Des Moines.
Okay.
It was a milk truck sitting out in somebody's pasture. And they took the cab off of that and ended up modifying the cab
Sure.
a little bit to put a walk-in sleeper hole in it.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then the roof cap, one of the roof corners was bad on the driver's side, and he had an old fab shop make it up on an English wheel.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, the
Wow.
roof corner on the other side there. The sleeper is a Kenworth sleeper, kind of a what you'd call an outlaw bunk for back in the day in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
They took two Kenworth bunks, a 30-inch and a 36, and they skinned them together. There was a guy down in Iowa City, Iowa City or Coral City, I think what it was.
Wow.
I'd have to double check.
I didn't know that about this. That's really
So
cool.
the first one is a set of closets up here, and then you have your bed. You have your bed back here.
Wow. That's super cool.
So yeah, back in the day, like I said, it was all nothing but single bunks, and then
Yeah.
this bunk ended up on before it was on here. It was on I think it was on like a 4300 International.
Huh.
And, or an international, excuse me, of some sort.
Okay.
And the bank was coming for the truck, and so the guy started partying it out.
Oh, okay.
And when Lenny was talking to his buddy about it, he ended up having the sleeper in a corn crib.
Oh.
And so the bunk ended up disappearing and going on here before the bank came to find the truck, is the story that was told to me by Lenny. So.
That's a great story. Is this a window here, or is that?
Yeah, it's
okay.
like a one-way plexiglass. It's tinted, but it's so dark in there you really can't see in. You can see out pretty well.
Sure. That's cool. Who did your pinstriping, man? I love it.
At first, it was by a guy named Ed Callen out of southern Iowa, down by I think Cedar Rapids down there.
Sure.
And when I bought the truck, he had freshened it.
Okay.
And took the name off the door, and of course he tells me that oven cleaner will just buff right out, and of course you can see after 20 years you can still see the old name under it.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I had a friend of mine, Stuart Mills, out of Northfield, go over. He ended up adding a lot of accents. It was just more of this, and then he ended up coming and doing some added swirls on it.
Yeah.
So I think it added a lot to it. He freshened up the paint on, on the bunk and the door.
Looks great. I love it. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, you got it looking great, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Lenny had all of his sleeper. He had a shop too, and he'd make all of his own light bars out of stainless down in Iowa.
Wow. That's cool. Can we climb inside?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love the bus glass. Man, that's so cool.
This glass is very temperamental.
Sure. Yeah. So there's that closet you were talking about in the sleeper, and then the second section goes back for your actual bed, and a closet on that side. So it's kind of like there's storage on both sides, but then it goes.
Made it more user friendly for a guy on the road every day. And
absolutely.
had to put a stereo system in here back in 2000. At the time it was a big one. Not so much, but
very cool.
Needed to hear something over the sound of the pipes when you wear earplugs driving down the road every day.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, kind of the same
signatures.
thing.
Yeah. Like the other
what's Lenny T-Pole and Brian Mott's family from Tri-State, or is it Tri-State? Down in Joplin.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah, they were best family friends, and this truck would go down and get babysat down there when they'd go out of town. So it was watched after.
Cool. That is awesome. Your anti-glares. Love it. Well, cool.
I don't know how to shut it off.